The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Media Mash, a roundtable of Cowboys insiders dropping wisdom and offering sizzling takes on the current state of your Dallas Cowboys. Now, your host, Newy Scruggs.
It is time for the Media Mash right here from the SWBC Podcast Studio at the Star, the headquarters of the Dallas Cowboys. Got Clarence Hill, All City Dallas. He's here in the house. It is Jacques Taylor, who will give us that inside Buckeye information because he was just left the locker room as we get into Zeke Elliott, and I'm Newy Scruggs here. So
merely Newy Scruggs.
That too.
TCU on NBC5's on.
What's wrong with y'all football team?
Wow.
Okay, let's go.
Which one?
They both ragged.
Alabama,
Right
North Carolina, Pembroke, TCU.
You can't pick a winner, dog.
Which one we talking about?
Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
Was this coordinated? This coordinated today?
No.
Well,
Just ask, he said what's wrong with your football team. We know you got a lot of allegiances and everything else. I just need to know which one we're talking about.
Let's talk about the football team, these Dallas
Nick
Cowboys.
Saban ain't walking through that door. Mac Brown need to walk out that door. Pembroke finally got off the snide, got the first win of the year.
He can't
And
be
All
the
four
coach.
losses by a touchdown or less.
What about the one over in Fort Worth?
Bet he want that SMU job back.
Sonny
Hey, listen,
Dykes.
he looked like he threw himself to the mercy of the court after the game last week. Boy,
Sonny Dykes is off this week.
is he coming back?
I got fired on my day off. He might get
they
fired
got
too.
Utah too, so yeah, Utah. Sonny gonna get $20 million when he get fired. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine, but the awful Houston team, came in their house and just
I was
stomped on
there.
their couch.
I was there for it. I watched it.
It was ugly.
It was bad. It was bad. So now you're trying to find 3 wins for TCU. Trying to find 3 wins. So it is what it is. Let's get into the Buckeye. He is Ezekiel Elliott for the Cowboys. As the Cowboys went down the field in a 15-play drive and won it at the end to beat the Steelers, but that disaster almost happened as they give the ball to Rico Dowdle. He fumbles it on third down. Dak Prescott recovers it. And we were talking yesterday, and we said, why is Zeke here? We thought that's what he was supposed to do. At this point in time, they're 0-3 in the red zone. Why not give it to Ezekiel Elliott?
Now, first off, y'all know what? Sport is fluid. What's true today might not be true tomorrow. When he signed, he had a role. He started the first game. But we can look at the carries and see that Rico has become RB1. And then if you look at the way Rico played the other day, at that point, he had 90 yards or 92 yards. He had been running well. Why not let the young fella finish it?
See, that's my problem right there. I understand that, but it's all about roles. It's about doing what's best.
No, it's about the moment.
It is
At
about
that
the moment. And
he was playing well.
And that moment, I need to do what I can and put my best players on the field to score this touchdown.
Who said? And y'all know who said he's one of the best players right now?
I would trust Zeke at the goal line over Rico Dowdle right now. And as that play proved, when Rico Dowdle ran the wrong way, and he did run the wrong way, that's been confirmed. He did not. It was a bad read, bad run by Zeke, who does not have the experience as Zeke. My thing is this: the main reason you signed Zeke was because of your red zone woes last year. One thing he's done well throughout his career, one thing he did when he was last year in 2022 was he scored a lot of rushing touchdowns. And I understand how the season has gone and Rico has taken a step forward between the 20s. But if you're going to have him on the field, if you're going to have him up, he should be your goal line back.
Let me give you a story, because I think what you're saying is not wrong, and more than one thing can be correct. But I was talking to Ryan Washington one time, and I said somebody, I can't remember who, some guy who couldn't hit left-handers.
Yeah.
He left in a key spot to hit left-handers. And I said, after the game, why is that? All the numbers say he can't hit left-handers. He said, because he had 2 good at-bats today. And he said, if he had hit that lefty, it would have done wonders for him that it was a great situation for him to get an opportunity to prove he could hit lefties and deliver. Now, he didn't deliver today. But had he delivered, it'd have been a different story. And my point is, you have to get an opportunity at some point. And and he was running well. Now, 2 weeks ago, when he wasn't doing anything, it was like, oh, maybe now's the time to give Zeke.
I love that analogy. But baseball got 162 games.
True that.
This is 17 games in football season, okay?
Now, let me ask you this.
Now, let me finish.
Did you say that before the carry?
Yes, I said that throughout. Yes, I did. And I've definitely been screaming from the mountaintop after the carry. But, yes, what is Zeke up for? Why is he on the game day roster? Okay, if you're not okay, fine. Rico's gonna be your starting running back. If he doesn't have a role as your short yardage guy? One thing you talked about, you didn't run him in training camp. You wanted to keep him safe and fresh. Fourth quarter late in the game, you talked about him having a dirty runs and has a nose for the end zone. If there's something he gonna do, that's what it is. That's what it should be. That's definitely what it should be. I just don't get it. And Zeke is not happy. I'm just telling you right now, Zeke is not happy.
What's there to be happy about if you Zeke?
Okay, he's been patient. He's doing the right thing. He's been a good teammate. But there's some curiosity. That's what I talked last week. He don't get how they using him. And you can say, the numbers suggest, he hasn't played well. 6 rushes for 17 yards, whatever it was. I get that, and he needs more room and holes and whatever to do what he's going to do. But he's a banger, if anything.
And he banged on 3rd and 1 and got him a first down.
He's a banger, if anything. If again, that's the role you have for him. And I can understand, yes, they want to give Rico confidence. He had been doing well. But to me, like in all situations, that's why you have situational players where you have 3rd down receivers, 3rd down pass rushers.
Yeah, let me ask
you
this.
can have a 3rd down running back.
If you're not going to give him on that drive where he's really produced, when will you ever give it to him on the goal line?
I don't know that you need to ever give it to him on the goal line. I don't know that you need to do that anyway. Let him run it in. Let him take one from the 10. Let him take one from the 20 and whatever else. We'll see. But it's first and goal or second and goal from the 1. I'm putting my short yardage back in. That's why you have a short yardage back. That's why you have short yardage packages. That's why you bring jumbo guys and bring the fullback in. That's part of your short yardage package. That ain't about his ego.
Whose ego?
Rico.
Rico ain't been around
well,
and done enough
what
to
I'm
have
saying
an
is
ego.
not about his it's not about all of this. It's about doing what's best for the team at that moment.
So you think Mike McCarthy sat up there and said, I don't want to do what's best for the team? Why do you think, not what you think, why do you think he left him in the game?
Of course he wanted to get, he felt Rico had to hide in. But we can still second guess that decision.
Yeah, you can second guess it.
And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm second guessing that decision.
Because the question is the same. Like, okay, if that ain't gonna be his role, what he gonna do?
Are you not worried that he ran the wrong way with the game on the line and fumbled the football?
Well, and that's my point, is that he had a good game, but it wasn't like he was a second coming of Emmitt Smith out there. He still has issues with vision and running the wrong way. He runs hard. They say he runs like a bowling ball full of knives. He runs hard. He breaks tackles. He runs hard. But he does miss holes. That's been an issue all year. And it certainly was an issue on that key play. Follow Zach Martin pulling. The fullback's going right. Why are you cutting back inside?
Because he saw a flash of color.
So
the play was to be bounced outside.
Now let me lead up into this. Since you all were both in the locker room, do we see Dalvin Cook?
And I'm glad you brought that up because, I always, that's my dog now. I had to go, it's funny because we go over there because, I always look for guys and
for controversy.
Don't look for controversy. I look for information. You know that. Don't do that. Don't see. That's how y'all misinterpret the media's role. I can't create controversy. It ain't my job. If you do some crazy stuff, it ain't me creating controversy. I report what you do, but it's not creating controversy. It's information. Rico comes in. There's a big scrum around Rico, and Dalvin's locker is right next to him. So he moves out the way, getting this stuff out the way for Dalvin's locker. So I slip my recorder and put it by Rico, and I go get Dalvin off to the side. Jock was, like, "No, you heard something this week?" He said, "No, I ain't heard nothing this week." He said, "I was listening." He said, "I was listening on the radio on Tuesday."
Somebody get him a Tolo sticker. Dalvin Cook.
Because it's definitely left on.
He said, I was listening on Tuesday. He said, but the breakthrough's coming. It's coming. He said, I'm still getting work with Dak. I'm still getting work with the first team offense. But no, I haven't heard, and I asked Mike McCarthy point blank in the press conference today, and he said the roles will not change the running back this week. Because that's about Zeke. I asked him about, is there a role for Zeke? I mean, we see Rico's emerging. We thought Zeke would be at least a short yardage back, and he was very terse. He didn't like the question. Like, the running roles will be the same this week as it was last week. And that was it. Really short answer.
And for Deuce Vaughn, the same?
The running roles will be the same this week as it was last week. I need to ask about Deuce. I'm sorry. Did we really need to ask about Deuce?
I passed him.
Okay. Did we? I love him. I talked to him about the Colorado game and Kansas State, and we talked about that. That's what we talked about.
Emo.
That's what we talked about. Colorado, Kansas State. We didn't talk about that.
They'll get that dub.
Who?
K-State.
Where's the game?
Colorado.
You don't believe. You don't believe.
No,
you don't believe.
It ain't Death Valley.
You don't believe.
You don't
don't believe. Do you believe, Jock?
No.
You're gonna make a believe out of you.
Avery Johnson gonna make him believe.
Okay.
And that running back they have.
Okay, they got the Heisman Trophy favorite over there. He gonna make y'all believe too.
You don't seem convinced, dog.
I just went and watched them play in person. Yeah, they'll be all right.
Who you watch play?
K-State.
K-State.
So he come back, influenced.
Oh, your daughter goes to K-State.
Oh, hey, look, I mean, that's
he gonna rock with the purple now.
Yeah, he gonna rock with the purple now. Who did they play last week?
It was Oklahoma State.
Yeah, that flawed football team.
I'm just telling you, man. Right now, I mean, you go look at the odds to win the Big 12. It's K-State's favorite.
No, I don't disagree. They've been the favorite. Them in Utah had been the favorite. I don't know what happened to Utah, but yeah.
The quarterback issue's been there.
He's been there 8 years.
I was gonna say he's 30-something. He gonna have
he came from Tech. He's been there 8 years.
And their next opponent is, they should win that game. No.
But we'll see. But yeah, no, it's interesting. The running back, like I said, Mike McCarthy's very terse. Asking about the running back situation, and the roles will not change this week as they were last week. So Rico is the main guy, and they're going to alternate Zeke and Luke. It's funny because they did early in the game. They did go back to the rotating every other series with Zeke, which they hadn't done the previous 3 weeks when he was coming in after Deuce. But then when it got fourth quarter, it was all Rico. It wasn't no alternating.
So let me ask this question here: if they get to the point to play Dalvin Cook, who sits?
You mean besides Deuce? Probably Zeke.
Okay.
Yes, and that will be a whole controversy in itself. That won't be a starting stuff. When Zeke gets made inactive, that will be a headlining story on ESPN and Fox and All City Dallas and Dallas Morning News because of his pedigree, who he is. If you make Zeke inactive, headlines. Can be talked.
Who he is or who he was?
Who he used to be.
Yes, but he still has a name.
It's the name on the back of the jersey.
It's the name. He's still Ezekiel Elliott, two-time NFL rushing champ, formerly one of the highest-paid players in the league. It's just another story, another chapter in his career arc and career decline. So you got to chronicle it all, and that will be part of the chronicling of Zeke's decline in Dallas.
All right, I just wanted to kind of get the running back situation out of there. Let's get a break in. Let's find out what other nuggets that you all have uncovered from the locker room today. It's Wednesday. Cowboys getting ready to face the Lions on Sunday. Lions are favored in this game. Clarence Hill, Jock Taylor, I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Media Mash on DallasCowboys.com.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1, any broadcast without the express addition of cook-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12, no crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable cane sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31, anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Drawback finds Pearson. It's caught. Touchdown.
The Dallas Morning News delivers full press coverage of the Cowboys.
Aikman straight drop, throws it over the middle. Irvin in for the touchdown, Cowboys.
We cover your Cowboys from the preseason to the postseason and beyond.
Boot to the right, looking down the field. Lamb, victory!
Game by game, play by play. No one delivers your Cowboys like the Dallas Morning News. Connect deeper to the Dallas Cowboys with the Dallas Morning News.
Hey, Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Back to Media Mash.
All right, Media Mash. Clarence Hill, Jock Taylor, Newy Scruggs. Cowboys heading into a home game against the Detroit Lions. Cowboys good on the road. At home, not so much.
Not so much this year. It's crazy because they had a 16-game home winning streak dating back 2 seasons till they lost to Green Bay in the playoffs. And I'm not one since. They're 0-2 at home this year.
How's Jerry feeling about that? I mean, he's selling all that.
You know why he's feeling?
Jerry feeling great.
The tickets are sold. It's sold out. The seats, whether it's Detroit fans, they will be here, or Cowboy fans, the seats
For one to be full.
He's okay with that. But now Mike McCarthy, you want to protect home. I mean, it's really crazy because like last year the Cowboys had trouble on the road, and this year they've had trouble at home. But
Perhaps it could be, well, at least in one case, the opponent.
Oh, it has a lot to do with the opponent. They played 3 bad opponents. Of course, Arizona was on the road last year, and they lost that one too.
But that was,
The Saints ain't done nothing since Clarence Hill's
They
finally
still-
putting
they-
out there on Facebook.
They still celebrate.
I love to put it. I love it. I mean, because
Killing-
it's crazy. It's crazy. You had to do
killing the
this.
Saint fans, man.
Oh, they get so mad. They get so because there's some that, especially the ones here in Dallas. That's all they want to do is beat the Cowboys.
And then get one win over the Falcons, they straight.
Yeah.
2-15, they good.
That's
We beat the
the
Cowboys.
expectation.
We beat the
just beat the
Falcons.
Cowboys. That's because they grew up in Louisiana, and it was always Cowboys. A lot of great friends and family Cowboy fans. So there's some hate
They ain't that far away.
for the Cowboys for sure. But yeah, they, it's funny because my guys out City Dallas, they were all slobbing over the coach in that offense. And, you got to get you one of them Shanahan systems because they offense and you see what they're doing, all that movement and all the other stuff. And first of all, the Shanahan system ain't won a Super Bowl. Let's start there. But, all these guys run that same system.
Not true.
Mike got one.
Sean McVay.
Is he the Shanahan system? Because to me, it's 2 different things. Okay, I know they all worked under Big Boy, but
It's Paul Brown.
listen to me. Let me finish.
There's Don Coryell.
Let me finish.
Make it make sense.
It makes sense because we're talking about guys that worked under Kyle, who got head coach. That's what everybody's talking about. Kyle. It's funny because I said this before. Let me
You said
finish.
Shanahan system.
I-
When we say Shanahan, who you think of?
Mike, not Kyle.
Mike.
I understand that. In this new iteration, these guys are coming off Kyle's staff. The head coach in Houston the offensive coordinator in Houston is off Kyle's staff.
Where did Sean McVay come from?
I hear you.
Who was the head coach when Sean McVay got this job? Who did he work for?
You're right.
They all work for Mike in Washington.
You're right.
Jay Gruden was the coach when they hired Sean McVay in L.A.
Okay, you're right. This is my overall point is this.
Reggie Jackson, Strawberry.
My overall point is this. My overall point is this.
Stop
Let me finish.
Okay.
My overall point is this. And Sean McVay did win a Super Bowl. They just scored when they took over the league, when that offense took over the league, they scored like 7 points against New England. In the year they won the Super Bowl,
How much backtracking? You was back swimming.
the year they won the Super Bowl, it was because of the Aaron Donald. It wasn't because of the offense.
Okay.
But my overall point is this, is that it's all, because, a lot of Cowboy fans were poo-pooing Mike's offense and talking about the Shanahan system guys and how they do all this great stuff. And I'm just saying, it can be stopped. And the Saints, since the Cowboys game, they've been stopped. Their offense has been stopped. I saw them the other night. Their offense was stopped. You just have to have the players to stop. It's not like this offense automatically means success. And that's really what I was going with there. Whether, yes, the Shanahan, the Kyle, the Sean McVay, all of that stuff. I'm just saying that it's really about players. That's what Mike talked about. It's really about, he cares more about players than systems. You have to have the players to make it work. And of course, against Pittsburgh, Mike did a lot of motion, a lot of things that we talked about, but it wasn't because he copied the Shanahan system and what he was doing. That's just part of the game. That's what you do.
It's all Bill Walsh tree anyway.
It's all.
See what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing new under the sun, of course.
West Coast time.
You ain't not teaching me. Ain't nothing new under the sun. I mean, they all in the same family, but there's nothing new under the sun. But again, they did a lot of different things. And I want to say this about the offense. I saw positive signs of the offense, even though they still ain't scored in the red zone. To
20 seconds left.
To score to put up almost 400 yards against Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh, move up and down the field. They had some turnovers. That's signs of progress.
Okay.
And they will need to continue to move, and obviously you need to score, especially when you got Detroit coming to town. But that's signs of progress to me.
Yeah, they had some. They had some big plays. They got them from Jalen Tolbert and Kevontae Turpin.
There's something about that chair. That's the positivity chair. Something about that chair.
Is it about being
Chris
positive?
Beam, is there something about that chair, Chris Beam?
See, I know you're trying to take shots at somebody else. Is really what you're trying to do.
That hopium.
You're
that hopium chair, get that shot.
I'm just saying it. Ultimately,
you picked the Cowboys last week to win,
and they won.
That chair also, the previous.
You're taking shots at somebody
everybody
else.
Said there's positive.
No, I picked the Cowboys win mainly because I didn't think the Steelers were any good, and I said that.
And you was 20 seconds away.
Did I tell you that?
Yes, you did.
I said the Steelers ain't no good anyway.
You did tell it. You did. You told us.
I'm just saying. I'm not going to pick them to beat Detroit.
Oh, man. Really? I was banking on that.
Why? I'm just saying. But I'm just saying if they have a chance.
Because you saw a lot of positives.
No, I saw a lot of positives because they're going to have to win on. They're going to have to score points. They got to score a touchdown.
Yeah, they have to win a shootout to beat Detroit.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they can do.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, and again, we talked about early in the season, they do have long drives and 15-play drives, and you can't always rely on that because you're always going to make a mistake. Fumble, do whatever. It's hard to.
Tyler Guyton holding penalty.
Yeah, it's hard to. And we can talk about that. Should Tyler Guyton still be starting left tackle? Jock Taylor?
On this team, yeah.
You don't think that offensive line looked better with Tyler Smith, the left tackle?
You know what, man? It's not always about. I know you disagree. It's not always about today. Am I going to be a better team 6 weeks from now with Tyler Guyton? And the answer, you hope if you drafted the right guy, is yeah. So you knew it was a project, and so you just had to work through it.
Well, 6 years from now, you might be out of the playoffs.
Well, then he's going to get a whole lot of experience. This is a draft and develop team. You got too many progress stoppers out there, dog.
Here's what I would go with what you're saying here. And obviously, I don't know what the health is. Would it be optimal to rest Guyton this week? Not have him go up against the Ivory LT? Skip the Lions game, get a week off.
He play left tackle, man. Everybody he faces is a dog over there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dog. Ain't no hiding him at left tackle.
Nah, man, you drafted him. You knew the deal when you drafted him.
Right.
You got to put him out there and hope that you're right.
Maybe not this week against the sack leader in the NFL. The whole league.
He said, "Hold."
It is what it is. You got to grow up and play. At some point, you had to grab. At some point, you had to go grab the mic where the red button came on with all them people out there in TV land.
We different. He not like me, so let's not even try that. Okay, don't do that. Okay, don't do that.
Everybody first time was their first time.
Don't do that to the young man like that. So
the first time in the league.
So he's been
Newy's
struggling.
the Larry Allen of broadcasters. Okay, he was a first round pick.
Right.
Larry was a second-round pick.
Excuse me.
So
Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer.
You got Tyler Guyton struggling healthy. He's not going to be 100% this week.
It's football. You're never going to be. Quit trying to make excuses for that man. Let him grow up and learn to play the game.
And get the quarterback killed?
Not making
That is maneuverable.
excuses as much
Is
as
it
I'm just saying.
maneuverable?
We just tell you, hey, young fella, just take this week off. Let's get yourself ready for a bye week and get the Niners. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying for 1
like
week.
Bosa ain't no good. I mean, come on, man.
But he'll be healthier in 2 weeks. That's all
It's
I'm
the
looking at.
NFL. You're not going to be healthy again to the start of next year.
2 weeks, he should be better than he is this week.
You know, we can agree to disagree.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna try and beat you down like Clarence will, but I'm merely asking a question, just having us think through Socratic method. That's all. That's all.
I like when you're using big NBA words.
That's not really an NBA word. Learned that at Pembroke.
Oh, small liberal arts word. I like them too.
Yeah, regional college, sir. Deron Bland.
Hey, full practice participant today. Hey. Might means we get him on the field this week.
Cornerback Deron Bland.
Yeah, that's interesting. He was a full practice participant today. Kalen Carson was full. So, like, cornerback position should be full. Diggs was full. Tyler Guyton was full, so you don't have to worry about he's going to play. He's going to be your starter. Eric Kendricks did not practice because of a calf in the shoulder. But, yeah, Dak Martin rested. Michael Parsons did not practice. Nick Vigil has a foot. He did not practice. But Marquise Bell was sick, and he did not practice. But the fact that Bland opened his because Mike McCarthy, and I don't know if they had a full practice because he said they may not be doing everything today because they're still recovering from that long Sunday night. But they did list him as full. And I know Stephen Jones came on the radio, was told Nick Eatman of DallasCowboys.com that he would play against Detroit on a limited basis. Mike didn't want to go that far. He said, I want to see him practice. Well, he practiced full today. I think that's good. You know, I question, I can be wrong. And I have my moments, and I do have my strong opinions about things. Because I tweeted, why would you play him if he's not 100%? It's the roster spots, especially with all the other injuries, are too limited to have a guy that can't go.
Well, I mean, I think it depends on what limited is. I mean, we often see different sport. You see pitchers on pitch count.
Right.
So, hey, he can give us 25 plays.
Yeah, and I was just trying to say that, and I get it.
Some of it may be stamina.
Well, and that's why he's been ramping up. This is not his first week. He's just been ramping up. But I get it, especially against the Detroit team with all those receivers. And there will be a lot of routes run.
Maybe you want his 25 plays as opposed to one of them other cornerbacks' 25 plays.
Right. So I was trying to say I was coming around to it. So I was trying to say that I had a strong feeling yesterday, but the more I thought about it, and okay, I can get it. Because, he's not going to play special teams.
Right.
And so you don't want to, where you get him out and he can't go. But if he's good to go, he's good to go. And you're going to need him against this Detroit team with that receiving core.
Next time, just hit the hole harder. Don't try and come around to it. Just hit, make the cut and go on your point, man. Don't.
I was making a point. He kept. I was saying I was wrong. I admit that I had an opinion about this, and now I've come to a different conclusion. That you need all your guys against this receiving core.
We're gonna take a break. My man off today a little bit. Give him one of them little energy things. Clarence Hill, John Taylor.
It's bad your eyes ain't rolling in the back of your head.
Well, Ada Theta, boy. I'm just glad I get to be on the show today, man. Glad you ain't trying to kick me off. All right, Media Match right here, DallasCowboys.com.
You're dirty.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1. Any broadcast without the express edition of cook-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12. No crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable cane sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31. Anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Drawback finds Pearson. It's caught. Touchdown.
The Dallas Morning News delivers full press coverage of the Cowboys.
Aikman straight drop, throws it over the middle. Irvin in for the touchdown, Cowboys.
We cover your Cowboys from the preseason to the postseason and beyond.
Boot to the right, looking down the field. Lamb, victory!
Game by game, play by play. No one delivers your Cowboys like the Dallas Morning News. Connect deeper to the Dallas Cowboys with the Dallas Morning News.
Hey, Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Back to Media Mash.
Media Mash, brought to you by nobody. One day, Chris Beam, we gonna get a sponsor? Can we get a?
We're in the SBC podcast studio. That's a sponsor.
I mean, the JJT Media Group was sponsored if the price is right.
I think what we're looking for is to get a
I got 3 digits.
potential food sponsor or
can bring you some
a
food.
sponsor like Yeti where we can get some merchandise. That's what
We got
Can we get
T-shirts.
some liquor sponsor?
I don't drink, so that's not beneficial. To me.
Yeah, no.
It's not beneficial to me.
Johnny Walker Blue.
No, why? You just going? You already getting it free. Hanging out with the
We don't get it free. We don't hang out on it like this. Stop. Don't
what? Tell the truth.
don't lie.
Tell the truth.
Don't
That's not a
lie.
lie.
You ain't got a lie to kick it, Trump.
I'm not
I
even
mean, we
gonna
need
cite
like
these.
a
I'm not even gonna cite
Ford
these.
sponsorship for the show, so they just give us all trucks.
There you go. Get
Hey, I'm down with that.
Yeah, see?
So,
And I like sports cars.
get us a Ford.
Clarence could just run us all over.
He does it anyways.
Really, Chris, we
Back
doing
up
this?
that truck on the F-150.
Throw it in reverse, just run you over, put it forward, run you back.
Chris, we doing this. Chris.
I remember.
You laugh too, so yeah, it's all
I
good.
remember the dark and dreary morning one night in California. That's a story for another day. Boo boo.
Lord, bless these souls on this show.
We got that man calling on the law.
Can we talk about the Cowboys?
Yes, let's talk about the Cowboys.
Can we talk about Detroit?
Cowboys have won 6 straight over the Lions. The last time the Lions were here, Dan Campbell seemingly had it won, then took it away from his team. They've had a bye week. How much do you think that can be an advantage for them? 1, bye week, and 2, a little get back for them.
Oh, the bye week is definitely an advantage for anybody. You're healthy, you're fresh, ready to go. You had 2 weeks to rest and really watch the Cowboys. I'm sure they all watched the Cowboys on Sunday, and they stayed up and watched their games, the next opponent. The motivating factor, yeah, they're motivated. They're. You said they got a 6-game Cowboys 6-0.
6-game winning streak. So.
Dak is 5-0. They got last year. This is the Detroit team that really wants to show the world that they are really contenders. And, it's like they want to let everybody know we here and we for real and we are contenders. And beating the Cowboys on national TV with Tom Brady broadcasted like 4th Cowboys game, it seemed like this year. It's a perfect opportunity. So,
and they talked about last year, and it was a very physical game last year, and Dan Campbell will get them hyped and ready to play. It should be a fun game, and here's what you should know about the Cowboys. They had better meet the emotional level that Detroit will be at, or this will be another beatdown like the Saints. Like, this is not the week for you to come out and feel your way into the game, because my suspicion is Detroit will come out flying.
So stay on that point. That the Lions average 26 a game. So you're gonna have to score. Do the Cowboys have 4 touchdowns in them?
We ain't seen it. We see, this is not the week for Brian Aubrey to get another 4 field goal attempts. As much as we might like him as good as he is, they have got to convert drives into touchdowns. And I'm reminded of Bill Parcells. Not that what he said was groundbreaking. He just said more than other people, which is there are ways for the Cowboys to win this game, even though it looks to me like they shouldn't win, and I could see them getting smoked. But there are ways for them to win if they play a certain way. They got to score touchdowns.
Okay.
Now, if they play the way they've been playing with these long drives and end them with touchdowns instead of field goals and make it a short possession game, they can win that.
Okay.
9 possessions.
No, there's ways they can win. I mean, and it's really on offense. I mean, they're going to have to keep up with them offensively, and they're going to have to score. And I think that, you saw Jalen Tolbert grow up a little bit, because they're going to try to take CD away, just like every other team will try to take CD away. And you need your other players. And Dak is playing well. He's seeing the field well. Yes, he had a couple of turnovers, but those were greedy turnovers, and they were greedy. But it wasn't because he wasn't seeing the ball well or necessarily making bad throws. Mike McCarthy said they wanted to go deep on that last one. That's what they wanted to give Tolbert a shot. Whether you should have done it at that point, we can disagree all day, and I disagreed at the time. The CD at the end of the half, CD wanted the jump ball. Dak was throwing the back shoulder fade. It was what it was. But they had moved the ball well against a defense that was pretty good. I mean, the Steelers' defense, you go back to last week before that game, they were only giving up 13 points a game. The defense was 4th in the league, and so they weren't giving up a lot of yards. They were only giving up 260 yards a game. So you can say what you want about the Steelers' offense, but the Cowboys' offense moved the ball against a defense that's as good as any in the league, as playing as well as any in the league. And as somebody pointed out last week, was the highest paid defense in the league. That was the highest paid defense in the league. And they really had their way with them. Those plays, those turnovers were more about Cowboys' mistakes and Dak's mistakes than anything the Steelers did.
Can they run this week?
I mean, they ran last week against the Steelers. Steelers at the 4. I don't think Detroit's run defense is better than the Steelers' run defense. The Steelers' run defense is better than Detroit's run defense. They ran against the Steelers' run defense.
Chuck, I'll ask you, can the Cowboys run this week?
That's a good question. I say that because we've only seen them do it once. So was that a fluke, or was that the start of something special?
Well, I think it was more about them being in the game, being allowed to run. When they couldn't run and when they didn't run because they were behind.
That's a good answer. So if they can keep the score manageable, then yes, they should be able to run the ball.
Yeah, you can run your full offense, and that's what Mike was talking about. We haven't had enough attempts. They ran their full offense. They were able to do some things, and certainly they ran solidly against. Again, the Steelers had the 4th best rushing defense in the league, getting up just 86 yards a game as a team, and the Cowboys ran well against them, except at the goal line.
Now, they also caught a break when Hebring went out in the middle of the third quarter. And they did some damage. They scored on it.
Who went out?
The other defensive
Steelers, 51.
Yeah, and they caught a break when Guyton went out. They had to make some shifts, and Zach Martin went out. And Brandon Cook went out.
I'm not usually one to say you got the cape on.
I'm not the cape on, but you can't do that, though.
I can.
But you can't do that, though. The Cowboys had to overcome injuries, too, right? Then they lost Marshawn Nealon in the middle of the game. That's part of the game.
I just said they did a lot of work when he went out, and they happened to score touchdowns on 2 drives after he went out, when they hadn't scored touchdowns when he was in the game. That's all I said.
We're doing this.
That's all I said.
So how about?
That's all I said.
I hear you,
and I'm not. I just said
that's valid, but I mean that's part of the game. I mean,
I didn't say it wasn't part of the game.
I mean, the Cowboys had the defense was out 2 starters, then lose Marshawn Nealon, and it didn't help the Steelers score a touchdown. Right?
Get your man.
Am I?
You're going too far today.
Am I?
You're going too far today.
I mean,
this was not a point. The point I made was not a point you needed to.
Okay, I'm sorry.
To defend the Cowboys.
I'm sorry. Could they run against them? Yes. He said they ran well against Steelers because homeboy was out.
No, that's not what I said.
But
I said they ran the ball. I said, can they keep the score manageable and run the ball? Because we've only seen them do it really once, and that was mostly in the second half. And a lot of that was when your boy was out the game. That's all. I love for them when they prove me wrong. I really do. Because it's always better when they win. It's good for everybody. Business thrives when the Cowboys win.
I think they have a better shot winning. It's shocking.
In San Francisco?
Yeah. The following week in San Francisco, the way the San Francisco is playing, than against Detroit.
Yeah, I think this is a tough fit to me, man.
Detroit is playing well.
Detroit, to me, is a championship contender.
Yes.
The Cowboys right now are not. And so, You know, I was talking to one of our colleagues today. He said, I just can't see him losing 3 in a row at home. Dog, that ain't got nothing to do with this.
No.
That's like I flipped a coin 3 times and it came up heads. Well, it's got to come up tails. Well, no, it don't.
And again, it depends who you play. I mean, they played Baltimore.
That's what I'm saying.
If they played the team they beat at home, they're the one of the teams they lost on the road, they lost them.
We'd be like, how come they can't win on the road?
You know, it'd be the same thing.
Who you playing when you playing?
Yeah, it's definitely when you play them. And the Cowboys certainly got issues. Detroit, I mean, I know the Vikings are 5-0, but I think this Cowboys team, not this Detroit team, is the best team in the NFC right now.
I'm not going to necessarily disagree with that. I like the way they play. I like their offense. I like the fact they got playmakers on defense. You know, including the guy.
They got
the whole
receivers. They got running backs. They got playmakers at every position: tight end, running back, receivers,
and the coaches,
multiple receivers. You know, the defense can be had.
Yeah. But
they got the white who?
And you know, we ain't talked about the quarterback, man.
Ivory, sir. Ivory.
I'm sorry, the Ivory LT. Is Ivory white?
You know, what you think about the quarterback? Because he went from a pretty good player to a bust to a Pro Bowler.
You can put help around him. That's it.
They put help around him for sure.
You know, at the end of the day, Jared Goff, he's a good quarterback, but if you don't have good guards, rush him up the middle, he's gonna get happy feet. They've got a good offensive line. Their GM, Brad,
he's done a great job.
He's been fantastic. So they've given him the line.
Confidence, though.
Yep,
Who?
the line he's needed.
He's playing with a lot of confidence.
Got the running back. Got a good tight end.
And a
game-breaking wide receiver.
And that play caller that's has answers to the test.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah, they got to answer. Ben Johnson. They got to answer the test. And again, when you got, they're receivers. Jamison Williams and
Roll Tide.
Huh?
Roll Tide.
Go Bucks.
Roll Tide.
He transferred from Ohio State to Roll Tide. That's what he's trying to say.
Because he couldn't get past Wilson and Olave.
So Joe Burrow.
And he's better than Wilson and Olave now, so I don't even know what we're talking about.
I just said go Bucks.
Good for him.
But
got money everywhere. Good for him.
Him and the kid from USC, they got good receivers, plus a tight end. I can't say the USC receiver's name. What's his name?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That's him, St. Brown.
Yeah.
Who my boy
Jordan
Lewis had a problem with last year.
Jordan Lewis got a problem with everybody.
I love it. Junkyard dog Jordan Lewis.
As we like to say, if everybody had his attitude on defense,
Junkyard dog Jordan Lewis.
If every Wolverine had his attitude.
He is he is something else, man.
No, he is something else.
He remind me of my dude was playing one of his first youth football games, and it was against some giant team. And the coach looked at him because they looked like they were scared. And he said, you don't need to be worried about them big boys right there. You need to be worried about that little one because he don't seem to be mind playing on a team with all these big ones.
Yeah,
and that's what Jordan Lewis is.
No, Jordan's dog is funny. You remember we were over with Rico, and with locker room hijinks. I said, I'm finna go mess with Todd Archer. So Todd's over there talking to Jordan, and now Jordan's talking about, he had that
foot surgery
the last 2 years ago, and he has to have a special shoe, and so he's overcome a lot. The same thing, really more serious than what DeMarcus Lawrence is dealing with. The Liz Frank midfoot sprain, and he had major surgery. He almost thought he wasn't going to be able to return to play. And Todd was over there. So in training camp, Jordan's having a great training camp. What Jordan's doing now, he's done in training camp, had a great training camp. But Todd was talking about Carson and talking about how well Carson's done in training camp. He tweeted something. And, Carson can play inside and play outside. And he said, Jordan Lewis is a slot corner, I guess. So Jordan Lewis saw that on Twitter. I saw it on Twitter. I said, hey, Mr. I Guess. So I've been calling him Mr. I Guess, okay? Todd, why did you retweet that? I said, he already saw it. You bring it.
Tweet snitching.
But I'm the hater.
I said he already saw it. I saw it because he saw it,
But I'm
he did every day at training camp.
That's Silky Johnson.
Every day at training camp, I was like,
He is
I said,
Silky
Mr.
Johnson.
He said, I know it. Todd's my boy, too. He did. So I went over there while he was talking. I said, hey, Mr. I Guess. He's trying to laugh at it. Todd looked at me because he's like, And he didn't really mean it that way, but it just came across like you questioning Jordan Lewis, who's had a great training camp, whether he's going to be the slot corner over this rookie.
You talk about dirty work. Hater.
So I mean, something we gonna laugh. We can laugh about things. There you go. And the way Jordan's played, he's only backed up. And the defense has struggled, but Jordan's only backed up what he's doing. There's no question about him being the team slot quarter, and he competes so much, and he's going to compete in this game. He had 2 interceptions against Detroit last year. Everybody talks about that play at the end of the game, but part of the reason why the Cowboys won, Jordan Lewis had 2 interceptions in that game. Jumped 2 routes, 2 interceptions. He played his butt off in that game. He got a lot of family coming to town because he's a Detroit native. He said the family, the Lions fans, he's not getting them tickets. But, yeah, so it's going to be a great competitive game for sure.
All right, we're out of time. We got to get ready for the next show here. We already over time. They like to get in here on time, so they get themselves ready. Clarence, let's be better tomorrow.
It's good today, Mr. I guess.
I'm not Todd Archer. Good to see you. It is good to see you. Yeah. Newy Scruggs, Media Match. Talk to you tomorrow. Hope to see y'all.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!